Does it seem like the man you're dating is pushing you to your limits on purpose? Does he seem sweet and attentive one minute, then perhaps a little insensitive the next? Or have you met a man who seems to say things to you to just see how you react, to perhaps ruffle your feathers? Or maybe he's obsessed about something in his life that he just loves to talk about, like the upcoming Nintendo video game he can't wait to get, or the difference between two Yamaha guitar models when they, quite frankly, all sound the same to you. Today, I'm going to let you in on a little secret that reveals how men think when they're looking for love, which means if you feel like he's testing you, then you're probably right. And in a moment, I'm going to reveal the 3 ways men test women and why that may surprise you. Also, please stay to the end of this video as I'll be sharing a special gift to help you win the heart of the man you want. Hi, I'm Nadine Piat, a dating and lasting attraction coach for smart, savvy women and the founder of Healthy You, Healthy Love. I'm also the creator of 4 world-leading love and relationship programs, including Unlock His Heart and Never Lose Him. If you've not heard of me, then this is the place to be as I answer all of your unanswered questions about understanding men, wholehearted commitment and lasting attraction. If you're wondering how to win a man over in the early stages of dating when he's weighing up whether you're wife material or just a casual relationship, then you need to know the things men test women for and why. And believe me, every woman needs to know these things if they want to feel empowered when dating. But before I go into this, I want to share something critical. I think the dating world is ready for a movement. Men are still struggling with understanding and expressing their feelings, deeper fears and insecurities with the key people in their life, which hugely impacts intimacy and their ability to grow and connect with women. And too many women, time and time again, go against themselves in a myriad of ways when it comes to dating and long-term relationships, which creates much of the drama, pain and confusion that they're experiencing that they would not endure if they were more empowered and more trusting of themselves when it comes to their romantic life. To clarify, this is not a debate about whether women need to change more than men, and I'm not suggesting for one moment that women are at fault or that men are. I am saying that not living by your core values due to perhaps a scarcity mindset or the fear of missing out, fear of being rejected, fear of never being loved is blocking the love you want. Instead of moving towards what you truly want, you find yourself going around and round in often painful circles, which means as much as I'd like the landscape of dating and relationships to be a more mindful, joyful and loving experience, the reality is society still has a long way to go. And this is why a man in the early stages of dating, while he's trying to work out what he wants and who you are, he will, like it or not, test you. Whether he's doing this consciously or not, testing is bound to be at play. And unfortunately, many women's fears plus dating fatigue and frustration can see them reacting to a man's tests. The big question is, do I believe that men should test women? No. Yet the truth is women test men too, and men are also failing these tests left, right and center. If you want to pass a man tests with flying colors, then you need a few wild cards up your sleeve to help you, and I'll reveal what these are soon. So let's get into it. Here are the 3 common tests that many men will run you through that will reveal a few key factors about you and how they will then ultimately see you and treat you. Number 1, the independence test. Men desire to be independent to some extent, and he's looking for a woman who will support this. So when he talks about his hobbies or interests, he's not expecting you to be magically into the wonderful world of Australian football or talk about the nuances of indie rock or be able to hunker down for hours playing an RPG with him. He wants to know whether you'll be supportive or will you mock him or laugh at him. Will you let him have his alone time to do the things he wants, or are you going to demand that he spends every single moment with you? Will you listen to him when he talks about his interests, or are you going to outright dismiss them? Sure, the balance changes when you're in a relationship. You and he can't do things exactly how you did them while you were single, though supporting him to engage in the things he loves is super important, as this is your wild card. If you're too demanding or you try to change his interests, he will feel that you're trying to change him, which never feels good and ends up with you failing the independence test. In my program, Never Lose Him, I have a very detailed section called the Ellipse Method, and there I share the critical dance between a woman being interested and independent that is required for a thriving relationship. Have you seen this yet? Check it out in the link below. Now, the second test is the self-honor test. Quite frankly, this is a ridiculous test. I believe that people should always treat each other mindfully and with kindness. And the fact that a man would consciously treat you poorly to see if you can take it, to see how far he can push you, and to see if you will fight for your own values and honor sounds cruel, and it can be. This way of testing women has got to stop. While humans do test each other, regardless of whether it's unintentional or not, too many women fall for and fail this test. Every woman should expect to be treated well, yet many do not speak up early in the relationship, and this is why they end up being treated as doormats. But lady, you are not off the hook. Women can also test men in the same way. Whether it's premeditated or not, we all know when we're getting away with something, and unless someone lets us know how they feel about it and that they're not okay with it, most people will typically keep doing it. For example, if someone says that they're going to call you at a particular time and they don't call or don't let you know that they won't be able to, then that's a breach of a core value of someone being a person of their word, a man of honor and integrity. This can be a test. He'll keep doing it if you don't say something. And if you say something and he keeps dishonoring his agreement, then that flips the test around for you to see who he's all about. And this is your time to work out if he will work with you and step up to be a man of his word or not. If you don't trust someone's word, then how can you be in a happy and loving relationship? This is how many women end up in unhealthy relationships. They fail this self-honor test and they end up feeling used and resentful. And this is where you get to use your wild card. I want you to feel confident to ask to be treated kindly and mindfully. You deserve this at the very least. Ask gracefully and share what you value in a way that's empowered. You do not want to shame or chastise him. Just let him know what you value and what turns you on emotionally. He'll get it or he won't. We're all capable of forgetting things and messing up. So use your wild card. See what he does, and if he doesn't respect a reasonable request from you, then move on fast from this type of person. I do know how hard it can be to let go of someone you thought was going to be a good match, someone who you thought was sexy and perhaps relationship material. And yet, if he doesn't honor the bare basics of healthy dating and relating, then really see this as a blessing and run. Number 3, the let's get it on test. First up, I will say that I know men who like to sleep with women early on in the dating phase to see if they're compatible physically. I get it, though this is not the kind of test I'm referring to in this point. You see, not all men view sex in the same way. As I mentioned, some men want to test out the connection and compatibility early on, and they typically won't judge a woman on this. Some men will sleep with a woman on the first date and marry them, whereas some men test to see if a woman is easy, which is archaic and a double standard that is sadly still living and breathing in the 21st century. So how does a woman pass this test? Well, only have sex when you feel comfortable. Feeling horny is not the same as feeling comfortable, or does not mean it's the right time to get it on. And if you feel pressured, then honor yourself. And this is your wild card. Do not cross the line unless you truly want to and when the time feels right for you. And sure, there is nothing wrong with something casual, but you have to authentically want this. The bottom line is sex is not the path to commitment and is a common way men test women. If you're with a pushy man who's not easily taking no for an answer, then pay close attention. This is a possible red flag. Sure, he might try, but if he seems aggressive or trying way too hard, then take note. He may not be a great guy for you. Most men will cool the jets quite easily when you clearly say no to getting it on at that time. And if a man is going to judge you or lose interest the moment you have sex, then he's definitely not the man for you. Some men seek to conquer and then they're on to the next challenge, the next quest. These types of men are not always easy to pick, and irrespective as to whether you slept with them on the first or 20th date, they will flee once they get what they want, or they will flee once they feel it's getting more serious. I know that this can feel terrible, and at the same time, don't let it eat at your confidence. Never forget the type of love and devotion you deserve, and there are great men out there looking for you. So there you have it. 3 ways men test women and how to pass each one that sees you winning a man over without sacrificing your own values. If you feel like the man you're dating is testing you, listen to your gut and keep coming back to this video to know what to do. I want you to be with a kind and loving man, not a man who feels the need to test you and play with your emotions. Now, before you go, I'd like to offer you a transformational free gift that will support you with this topic. It's called 5 Easy Ways to Get a Man to Commit. This free gift will help you greatly when a man's testing you, so be sure to read it. You can access it right now. The link is in the description below. Also, please comment below as I'd love to find out about you, who you are, your current love challenges, and way I can support you to get the love you want. And while you're at it, please like and share this video with your friends. And just in case you've not yet subscribed to this channel, hit the red button below this video and the bell button to get notified of our new videos every week. It's been an honor to have you here with me. Love a little more in some way every day, and see you again soon.